The outcome of the physical altercation between Madison Bumgarner and this umpire would be what?
Disgusting. Let's run the clip. Here's my problem. Cut 22. Here's my problem. If you're going to check out a guy's hand for calluses or whatever, as you can see, the umpire, and I think there was some words exchanged between Mad Bum and the home plate umpire. Then you have the guy from the field call him over, is checking his hand, and is just looking at, not even looking at his hand. He's just staring at Madison Bumgarner. To me, this is a great example of what Blaine talks about all the time. Whether it's referees, umpires, doesn't matter. You got to take personal emotion out of it. I mean, again, the guy's wasn't even looking at his hand. If I'm Mad Bum, I'm already upset. I don't blame him for getting upset. There should be penalties for stuff like this. You can see it, but they won't. They won't do it because it's the most protected job of all time, being a referee or an official, and they make it seem so hard. And I'm almost tired of talking about it, but what, you want to know a harder job than being an umpire? How about being a single mom or a coal miner or an astronaut or a ditch digger? It's getting to the point where they are starting to think they're personalities. Angel Hernandez, you're not a personality. This guy, you're not a personality. And I can promise you this, and I'm not condoning violence, but if you threw down with Madison Bumgarner, he would rip you apart like a Mr. Potato Head. You picked on the wrong one. It's disgusting. There has to be some sort of punishment for officials. Some sort. They're like politicians. They never get in trouble for anything. It's rules for thee, but not for me. It's ridiculous.
This is all ego.
It's all ego.
You know how it goes down the major league? Because this happens a lot when pitchers get their hands checked. They do. It goes down. Jake, put out your hand.
Yeah.
It's like this. All right.
Yeah. It's like
that's how it goes
Braille,
down.
real quick.
You watch this dude stare into Madison Bumgarner's eyes for at least 10 seconds. Where I'm from, you get your ass beat for that. I'm sorry. You really do. This is ego. This is what the problem. You don't matter other than calling the game. You don't matter.
They shouldn't know you're there.
You don't matter. Quit thinking you do.
Here's my problem with your take on this, though, because you argued against robot umps because you like to see the arguments. We can't have these sorts of arguments. We can't have these sorts of arguments unless there is equal animus on the part of the umpire.
That's a judgment call. This is ego.
See, but it's one thing if I'm
both of them have to argue to have an argument. Not just the player can be bad.
And that's what you said you love about the game. Call, but that's
we can solve this with robot umps.
That's an umpire's ego.
You are out of here.
Yeah, that's an umpire's ego. That's.
I haven't
judgment calls can get argued. I'm fine with that. But having a guy having a huge ego, thinking you matter more than what you actually matter, is when I do have a problem.
Yeah, two things, and I want to get off of it. One. You don't stare the guy down while you're supposedly looking at his hand like you're trying to teach Helen Keller how to say water. That's what it looked like to me. I haven't seen somebody try and do that much to somebody else's hand while they looked at him since they tried to teach Helen Keller how to communicate. That's a story for another day.
Is she real?
Old Helen Yeller.
How'd she write a book?
Helen Yeller.
Oh, you're going down a rabbit hole.
How'd she write a book?
Here.
Tell me how she wrote a book.
It is a good question.
All right, hey, if you like what you heard, go ahead and ring that bell. Turn those notifications on. We're bringing it every day daily from 2 to 3 Central, and we want you here. I can hear it ringing now.